Well, this is a March 2023 Yeti Garden tour. We'll be starting off with a couple things right here. First off, showcase just how hardy the Sycamore is. This died back during a cold snap. I've been letting it sit on my shelf for about a month now, and it's started growing. No soil, no light. Just been sitting on my counter waiting to get eat. Second thing is my single seed challenge, which looks like it's ready to be put into a pot. Let's have a look at this thing. Get you out of the way. Pot of soil, it's already moist. Now I did change out the toilet paper in here once. Oh, that's not looking too good. Lost the, that's just the casing, okay. This is weird. You see, we got the taproot right there, and you have these, basically they're like little embryonic leaves. They provide the nutrients for the rest of the plant. The weird thing about this is these leaves should be up here at the top, so they're poking out through the soil. This is basically, if I had planted this in the ground, these would be basically underground. And there's the advantage of putting it in toilet paper instead of a paper towel, easily removable. And there goes another neighbor. And another neighbor. Very busy day today, I guess. Just get a little bit of soil in there. It's all planted up. I have no idea if this is going to survive or not. Wait, let me get this thing straighter. Well, it'll straighten itself out a little bit over time. Right. I have no idea if this is going to survive or not, the way it's growing. Find out. Give it just a little bit of water too to help it along, get it settled. There, that should work. Now, I'm probably gonna have to put something over this to protect it, seeing as I've had critters coming in here and digging anything up that it can. So let's see if I can use this. Yeah, that might work. Doesn't have to be tightly fixed down on there, just something to deter or anything from wanting to dig in there. I planted up some tomato seeds in here. These are violet jaspers. As I mentioned with critters digging in, when I had these sitting here, they're empty, and something came in here and started digging up every pot. In fact, you can kind of see it in this pot here. Looks like we got in here again. Still leftovers from fall. This is the reason why I don't like using these tiny trays. I always forget it or have enough leftovers. I can never get to planting up. This yarrow is doing actually surprisingly well, seeing as it's still stuck in these little tiny trays as well. These star apples need to be planted up. They're probably need overcrowded in those little tiny pots. This one here, I haven't put anything in yet, but I'll be probably doing more tomatoes, maybe ildies. I've got my tomato cuttings all throughout here. This one I can actually take another cutting off of. So once I plant this guy up, I'll do that. And I probably should cut those flowers off right now, since this is for something else. So I'll have to deal with the noises around today. Plant a bunch of plants over here. More tomatoes. Some amaranth. Staked up this moringa. This here I need to cut back. There is some stuff that's still alive here. Some very nice cranberry hibiscus flowers on here. I'll need to remove these seed pods and see what I can get out of them. I think I'll do some watering while I'm at it. My sweet potatoes. I found one purple sweet potato. There's nothing in there right now, but I'm gonna prepare the soil. Found one purple sweet potato I had stored away, so I'll be able to bring those back. Right here, I'm trying to grow some watermelon. I don't know how well it's going to go. And yep, there's squirrel digging right there. The corn is still growing and looking pretty good. Oh, and over here, I have my blackberries. This time I actually remembered to prune them, and I'm seeing some new growth on them already. So pruning actually did help. Because last year I didn't prune them and they basically sat dormant almost the whole year. My Black Beauty tomatoes, which I still haven't gotten into even try one, seeing as a squirrel keeps getting to them. But I have some hopes. My lettuce here is in full bloom and have taken on their reddish color, which I believe is what they get their name from, the roux color. These three in particular need to be watered in the morning, seeing as the way the light hits it, they'll wilt otherwise. My avocado is doing pretty good here. And over here I have another avocado. This is a different type than this one. During Thanksgiving, my aunt, who I showed you the garden tour of her garden, and made some avocado dip for Thanksgiving, and this is one of the seeds from it. With this unseasonably warm in February we had my radishes are starting to die back, so it's time to harvest them up and get what I can out of them. It's mostly the stuff in the middle is these type of Chinese radishes, which I ended up not liking the taste of. Though the pink beauties I have over here were pretty good. And I'll be cooking with these daikons, which I already harvested up some right here. My carrots are still pretty stunted. Over in the brassica bed, we've got nice little flowers going on with the broccoli. There's a little broccoli there I could probably harvest for food. And the Ethiopian kale is starting to bounce back from the aphid attack. It looks like haven't seen too many aphids on here recently. There's some damage. You can see the spots are damage from the aphids. I did lose a lot more leaves afterwards. You can see some leaves are still yellowing and dying, but all this new growth should take its place. Given how warm it's gotten, this would be a good time for me to go through and clean up all my banana plants. I found that these dried banana leaves make great mulch. I used some in the radish bed here. And of course I've got this stuff growing everywhere. This is a weed called pepper grass. It's also, it goes by the name poor man's pepper. These little seeds here are edible, and they do actually just taste like pepper. And I found when putting them in the fridge, they do hold up pretty well. I've been working on cleaning this bed up where I have the sorghum. You can see some sorghum growing right there already. Once I start watering this, the sorghum will probably start popping up all over the place, seeing it's got seeds laying around. Another thing worth noting is this dog fennel that's starting to pop back up. As you can see, it got knocked down during the hurricane. So this should grow back. Again, the dog fennel got its name from being able to repel little things like fleas. So people would use this plant and put it down around dog kennels to keep fleas away. My volunteer sweet potato over here is taking over this container. Maybe I can get some sweet potatoes out of this thing. I don't know which type of sweet potato this is, but I guess I'll find out. Well, I guess that's about all I have to report on right now. So, hope you've enjoyed the garden tour.